Welcome, everybody. I thought we were going to start with singing, but we could start with me talking. All right. I'm Rabbi Sarah Reines. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. It is so great to have all of you here with us this Shabbat. Next Shabbat is actually not just Shabbat, but Purim. And part of the story of the book of Esther contains a most beautiful verse saying the Jewish community had light, joy, gladness, and pride. I'm not sure you were all feeling light, joy, gladness, and pride every single moment of the week. Hopefully you were. But if you came here carrying the weight of the week, carrying sorrow or tension or even loss, I can promise you that tonight, as our teens help lead this service, as we celebrate youth, teaching, mentorship, and multi-generational connections, you are going to be drawn into light, joy, gladness, and pride. And I invite you to carry that with you till next Friday night when Purim comes. I first celebrated Purim when I was a student at Temple Emanu-El's religious school. I was fortunate that my parents cared enough for me and for Judaism to bring me to a place of joyful Jewish learning. A seed was planted in me then that led to my passion for Judaism, and that also led me on my road to the rabbinate. And two of my teachers, Diane Bialik and Mark Wilner, who are sitting here with us on the Bima tonight, were teachers to me then, and they are still teachers to me now. And they are still teaching this generation of Temple Emanu-El's religious school students. Talk about loving Judaism and loving children and loving multi-generational connections. They embody it. My colleagues and I, Rabbis Josh Davidson, Amy Ehrlich, Sarah Sapaden, Cantor Mo Glasman, our rabbinic and cantorial interns Emma Dubin and David Epstein, are also honored to be honoring Mark and Diane tonight, and by extension, expressing gratitude to all the talented and devoted teachers who nourish our youth. They are really at the core of who we are and what we do as a synagogue. They are led by the most extraordinary team of educators, our Director of Lifelong Learning, Mike Whitman, and his remarkable team, M. Bestoff, J.C. Mazzalian, Tema Cohen, Sophie Frankel, Isabel Robin, and we are also so thrilled to have with us tonight our Director of Lifelong Learning, Emeritus Saul Kaiserman. Are you feeling the light and the joy and the gladness and the pride? Great. What I'm going to ask you now to do, I just told you who all of us are, and there are a lot of us on this Bima. I'm going to ask you to just turn to someone around you who you do not know and introduce yourself and wish each other Shabbat Shalom. I invite you to keep on schmoozing and introducing yourselves and celebrating after the service. And right now, we are going to sing a song that celebrates what community is all about, and that is about celebrating each other. Hine Ma Tov on page 8. This, by the way, is a repeat after me song.
Hine Ma Tov U'manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov U'manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be טוב, ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm delighted to be here with Saul Kaisersman. Where is Saul? Come on down, Saul. The founder of the director emeritus of the Department of Lifelong Learning. Saul also has served as my mentor, my colleague, and a very good friend. And it's an honor to present Diane Mark with Saul next to me. Start with Diane. Sure, great.
Do they get to take him home?
Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It's such an honor to be here tonight to celebrate two of the members of the faculty who were on board before I even started here and are continuing to teach the young people here, just as I imagine some of you who are sitting here were taught by them when you yourselves were young. I'll tell you, the first time I met Diane was before I had actually started here, and I had asked for all of the faculty to just say, what are they excited about for the new year with a new director of education coming in? What do they want to do differently? And Diane showed up with a list of supplies for the art projects that she wanted to do. And I'm going to talk, I guess, about Diane, and you'll talk more about Mark. Let me say about Diane that one year she would be teaching kindergarten, the next year it would be kindergarten through second grade, the next year it would be 25 kids, the year after that it would be 10 kids, and whatever number of kids were in the class, every kid always felt special, felt like they were understood and seen, and that they had a real place in Diane's heart. And sometimes there were pre-kindergartners in there, because when my older kid, Jory, was 4, Jory wanted to start religious school, and Diane said, sure, come on down. And then we had pre-kindergartners in her class too. And while doing that, Diane took members of the A team, some of whom are here with us tonight, and taught them how to be assistant teachers, and some of them went on to be teachers in the religious school. So I'm just so psyched that this synagogue is honoring and recognizing these two remarkable individuals, and I'm glad that they're my friends and my teachers.
Yeah. And I have the honor on this Teen Shabbat to honor and celebrate a true mentor and educator, also like Diane, Mark Wilner. For 60 years, Mark has been more than a teacher. He has been a guiding force, shaping the minds and hearts of students at Temple Emanu-El. His lessons on Jewish history, the Holocaust, and the story of Israel have not only informed but inspired generations to reflect deeply on their Jewish story and responsibilities as Jews. What makes Mark's impact so profound is his role, similar to Saul said, a lifelong mentor across generations at Emanu-El. Many of these children and teens are here tonight, and they're children of former students, a testament to the enduring dedication he has passed down through the years. His mentorship, encouragement of students, not only just to learn history, but to carry it forward with pride and purpose from generation to generation, the Dor Vador. Mark, your dedication brings to mind the words of Abraham Joshua Heschel. What we need more than anything else is not textbooks, but text people. You are one of those text people, a living embodiment of history, memory, and mentorship. On this Teen Shabbat, surrounded by students who reflect your guidance and wisdom, we offer you our deepest love and gratitude for your over 60 years of service and devotion to Jewish education here at Temple Emanu-El.
Shabbat Shalom. I can't begin to tell you how much.
Wait.
Oh,
There you go.
I can't begin to tell you how much this recognition means to me and how much I appreciate it. I feel truly honored and blessed, even more so as my daughter and granddaughters are here to celebrate with me tonight. Not only have I taught in the religious school for 57 years, but I am also a lifelong third-generation member of Temple Emanu-El. I went to the religious school, was confirmed here, and stayed on after confirmation to come in on Sunday mornings to assist in the kindergarten class until I went off to college. This is not unlike the A-teamers and teens today who stay on to help in the religious school, often coming in to assist in my class. Many of them began their religious school journey in my class, and it makes me proud that they exemplify what I hope to impart on my young students, a desire to practice and live Judaism and Jewish values, and to feel a connection to the Jewish religion as they continue their religious school journey and beyond. I am especially proud of one of my former students, Rabbi Sarah Reines, who began her religious school journey in my class. I look forward to continue to teach in the religious school for many years to come. Again, wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Mike and Saul, I thank you for this very kind words and introduction. I also want to thank the Temple for this wonderful honor and thank all those who worked to make possible tonight's events. Earlier this month, movies were very much in the news, what with the Oscar awards. Accordingly, I wish to begin my remarks with reference to my own favorite movie. Does anybody want to ask me what my favorite movie is? Gee, I thought you'd never ask me. Well, it is The Wizard of Oz. Are there any Wizard of Oz fans here besides me? Ah, fantastic. I love being with smart people. Well, I know I'm in good company. I'm reminded of a scene towards the end of the film where Scarecrow says to Dorothy, "What counts is not how much you love, it is how much you are loved by others." This line has particular resonance tonight for Diane and me. We like what we do for the religious school, but a Scarecrow would agree, what counts is not how much we like what we do, but how much we are liked by others, such as the Temple Emanu-El community for what we do. During the 60 years of teaching, I'm often asked to draw some conclusions. I remember saying once the following: my students have given me more than I could ever give them. My students, many of whom are here tonight, have given me more than I could ever give them. Accordingly, I would like to continue teaching here for another 60 years. Really. But I have two conditions, and I'll make them public right now. If I'm going to work here for 60 years, number one, I want Senior Rabbi Joshua Davidson to be here all that time. I haven't discussed it with him, but I'm going to. I want my boss, Director of Lifelong Learning, Mike Whitman, to be here for 60 years. Mike, you hear that? Actually, I do enjoy working under their admirable leadership. Well, let me complete my remarks by saying this. Whatever actually does happen in these succeeding 60 years, there are three things I can guarantee will occur. One, Temple Emanu-El will still be here. Two, the state of Israel will still be here. And three, the Jewish people will still be here. Baruch Hashem, don't you agree? Me too. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for coming.
Mark and Diane have been kindling lights of knowledge and passion for learning for all these years, and so we invite them to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Please join us in the blessings on page 52.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We continue with Lacha Dodi on page 63.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela.
Shemor v'zachor b'dibor echad, yishmi'anu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litchila.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola. Tok emunei am segula, boi kala, boi kala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat v'kavela.
Lifted by the lights of Shabbat and the presence of God, we rise as we are able, and we continue with Baruch Hu. It is follow the Hebrew on page 117.
Ready? Yada-dai-dai-dai, yalla-lai-lai-lai, 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 yalla-lai-lai-lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalla-lai-lai-lai, 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 yalla-lai-lai, yalla-lai.
You direct the play of creation and light the skies with the sun and the moon and stars. Every day and always you continue to create this world anew. The light from the sun illuminates our days, but the light of your Torah shines at all times. You gave us your Torah to teach us how to live. Blessed are you, eternal God, who guides us with love.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, let's try that. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malhuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malhuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Ya da 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 da.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'odecha v'chayu chadvarim ha'ele asher anochi v'tzavecha Hayom alevavecha, vishinantam levanecha, biribarta bam, vishivtecha bevetecha, uveleftecha baderech, ukshofpecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vehayu totafot beinenecha, ukshartam. Hamezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai litem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Eloechem asher hotzetzi etem meretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Hey! Mikamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha. No מלכותך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה זה אלי ענו ואמרו זה אלי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילו נושא פלא, נורא תהילו עושה פלא. יאי לי 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 לי
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Sarah, and I'm the Calling Generations Liaison on the Temple Emanu-El Teen Board. I feel extremely grateful to have been a part of the Calling Generations community for the past 4 years. Calling Generations is a group of teens and 60-plus adults that regularly get together as a group and also have weekly phone calls within pairs. At each of our meetings, we get the opportunity to bond over activities from challah baking to painting together and cherish the individual relationships we form with our calling partners. This is the essence of Calling Generations. I walked into the room and lit up when I saw each familiar face. The Calling Generations crew gathered around the table for one of our favorite traditions, Monopoly. My heart expanded with joy that what once had been a virtual program, a remnant of the COVID-19 pandemic, was now a full-fledged, in-person gathering. I don't have a large family, but here I feel part of a tight-knit community. We are like our own family, a unique group that doesn't have to be together, but chooses to. One Sunday a month, we meet, laugh, eat, and talk about everything on our minds. In addition to the relationships I cherish within the greater Calling Generations group, I also am extremely lucky to have been paired with 2 wonderful partners. I always look forward to our weekly calls, which include engrossing conversations about current events, visual art, poetry, and more. My partner's perspectives and life experiences have added a new layer to my worldview on topics from politics to algebra. In challenging times, too, our intergenerational connections have proved to be a source of resilience. Within our pairings, we support each other when one partner struggles, and as a group, we nurture and comfort the community during difficult moments. I didn't expect how close we would become, but after October 7th, I felt that the bonds between us became even stronger. Our Sunday get-togethers became a respite of joy for me in what times felt like an unnerving world of anti-Semitism and hatred. As we navigated the challenges of October 7th and its aftermath, the primary emotion at our meetings remained gratitude. We all felt so lucky to be together and to be able to share our varying experiences, past and present, strengthening each other through open-mindedness, empathy, and kindness. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bob Candell. I'm obviously not one of the teens. First, I'd like to add my best wishes and heartfelt thanks to Mark and Diane for a great service to Emanu-El. Calling Generations began as a reaction to COVID. Older members were thought to be isolated, maybe a bit nervous, and would appreciate teen contact. I'm not sure how lonely we were, but we do appreciate the wonderful conversations and the friendships made. Our teens are a wonderful group, and they reach out and they really appreciate the contact they have with us. Eventually, we had an in-person meeting on the roof. A little formal, it was also a little bit chilly, but we all had a good time. The program, in my estimation, took a major leap forward when M. Besthoff planned more in-person gatherings. The calling aspect remains, but we had several imaginative gatherings: challah baking, board games, a painting class, a genealogy session, all accompanied with great fun food. A lot of it was from Brooklyn, but it was still very good food. No formality, we just sat down and enjoyed. Rabbi Sarah Reines, student leader Sarah Elbaum, and staffers Jonah Pessin and our new staffer Isabel Robin have added great help and support. We appreciate their efforts as well. There are a generation of differences of opinion and outlook, but there are certainly commonalities. Whether it be talking about sports teams, Zabars, Greenberg, and above all, Temple Emanu-El. My first contact, Preston Wolf, is a sophomore at NYU. I hope to stay in touch with him and my current students as well. I'll be seeing one of them playing lacrosse hopefully in the next few weeks. An excellent college prospect. So it's great to share all that we have shared, but above all, it's great to share a shared service of worship with all of you here at Temple Emanu-El. Thank you.
Page 119. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ushmo tzedkenu u'koenu lechayim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Together. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Please rise for the Amidah on page 120. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Svatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yahid Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai tiftach. Ananananana Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai tiftach. Ananananana Ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah v'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanora Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'koneh hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mivii geulah livnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah.
Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol, ata rav lehoshia, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, melech noflim v'rofei cholim, umatir asurim, umakayim emunato lishenei afar. Mi chamocha ba'al gevurot, umido me'elach, melech me'mit, u'mechaye, u'matmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanat lechayo hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol.
You may be seated.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Create a clean heart within me. Let me know your light and your goodness. Help me to speak kind words to those I love, to avoid telling lies when I should speak the truth. Let me learn from your Torah and our heritage how to be a good person today and always. May my secret thoughts and the things I say always be pleasing to you, my one and only God.
May our prayers for goodness and humanity spark goodness and humanity throughout the world, most especially in the land of Israel, our beleaguered home. This week, hostages Shlomo Mansour, Itzik Elgarat, and Ohad Yahalomi were laid to rest, their bodies finally given the dignity of a proper burial after the horrors they endured in captivity. Their deaths strike at the heart of an already grief-stricken Israel. It is time for this devastating chapter to end. But it cannot end until every last hostage is home. As we gather here tonight, 59 souls remain in Gaza, wasting away in airless tunnels far beneath the ground. They desperately need our help, our advocacy, and our strength. And so we raise our voices on their behalf, praying fervently for their safety, their well-being, and their freedom, as we sing the words of Achenu printed on your prayer supplements.
Brothers, sisters, all of Israel. Brothers, sisters, all of Israel. Those captured, those distressed, those in fear of tyranny, who suffer on the land, may they all be set free. Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Hanetunim b'tzora, b'tzora ubashivya, Ha'omdim ben hayam uven bayabasha. May God have compassion, may God show them comfort, may God bring them from darkness into light, from bondage to protection, from slavery to redemption. Free them, oh God, bring them to our sight. Hamakol yirachem, yirachem alehem, v'yotzieh mitzara lirvacha, u'me'afer le'ora, u'mishibu le'geula, hashta b'hagala u'bizman kariv. Free them, oh God, bring them to our sight.
In a world that feels so broken, many of us feel broken too. Tonight, we hold close all who are struggling with loss or grief, fear or isolation, hopelessness or despair. We think too of those whose health is ailing, those whose bodies are in need of strength, and those whose spirits are in need of love and encouragement. And so we pray, may all who are suffering among us feel the fullness of our prayers and the warmth of God's tender, loving embrace. If there are people or communities who you know who are in need of such a blessing, I would invite you to share their names aloud now so that they too may be woven into our prayers. For all those you mentioned, and for all those you are holding in your hearts, we continue now with the singing of our healing prayer on page 126.
Elna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu. Elna, Elna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu. Dear God of our ancestors,
Dear God of our ancestors,
help us renew our faith.
help us renew our faith.
Grant us the perfect healing.
Grant us the perfect healing.
Bring peace to all our days.
Bring peace to all our days.
El na rifana la, rifana lanu. El na rifana la, rifana lanu. Restore our strength of body.
Restore our strength of body.
Help clarify our minds.
Help clarify our minds.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Rejuvenate our lives.
Rejuvenate our lives. La, rifana la, rifana la nu. El na rifana la, rifana la nu.
We take a moment now to speak to God from the inner chambers of our hearts as we continue with a moment of silent meditation.
I'll pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times we do not know.
Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place,
Guide us with your grace
to a place where we'll be safe.
Niskelo Hashem,
I pray you'll find your light
nispa betuvecha,
and hold it in your heart.
samvecheinu,
When stars go out each night,
Yeshuatecha, Shema tefilateinu,
let this be our prayer.
Gam be'etzara,
When shadows fill our day,
lead us to a place,
guide us with your grace.
give us faith so we'll be safe. Simba olam, shalom tova uvracha, olam emet, shalom mishpat hatzedek, ve'rachamim al kol b'nei britenu.
just like every child.
Just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Anima.
Shabbat Shalom. In this Parshat Tetzaveh, God and Moshe are on Mount Sinai, and God continues to give Moshe detailed instructions on the tabernacle, a dwelling place that will give God a more physical and tangible presence within Bnei Israel. These discussions span multiple chapters and cover even the smallest details of the tabernacle's construction and use. But why does God talk about the tabernacle for so long? I believe that in order to fully understand the importance of the tabernacle, we must look at it in context. God has just recently freed the Israelites from slavery with plagues and splitting the sea. God's omnipotent power is visible for all of Bnei Israel to see. And yet, soon after Bnei Israel crossed the sea into their freedom, they begin complaining. They say, "Where am I going to find my next meal? When am I going to have my next cup of water?" God never fails to provide them sustenance, but yet they continue to doubt. Pretty soon, they're complaining that their life would be better if they had stayed in Egypt. Moreover, while Moshe and God are in this chapter on Mount Sinai, talking about this tabernacle, Bnei Israel begin to panic. They tell Aaron to make a golden calf to replace Moshe. The people of Israel regard Moshe as the glue that is holding them together, rather than God. I give all of these examples to show that God and Bnei Israel do not have the strongest connection to the Torah up to this point. And this brings us to Moshe and God's discussion on Mount Sinai. These continuous displays of disrespect and distrust from the people of Israel show God that he needs to form a more intimate connection with them. God even describes at the end of the chapter that the whole purpose for the tabernacle's construction is l'shchenei betocham, to show that he is living among the people of Israel. God describes that all of the Israelites would give their most precious gems and resources to support the tabernacle's construction. So the building wouldn't only symbolize God's presence, but the unbreakable connection between God and Bnei Israel. It would also be a place the Israelites frequented, whether they were working there, whether they were there to offer sacrifices, or whether they were there to seek out divine wisdom when settling disputes. It would make God much more accessible and help garner the people's trust. When thinking about the qualities of the relationship between God and Bnei Israel, I found many similarities to the relationship in recent times between the Jewish people and the rest of the world. I want to make it clear that I don't mean to equate the Jewish people and God, but merely compare their situations. The Jewish people, no doubt, have made incredible contributions to society. In almost every major field, whether it is science, medicine, economy and finance, military, or environmentalism, it is pretty reasonable to say that we are, in general, good contributors to society. And yet, in almost every corner of the world, there is some manifestation of Jewish prejudice. Jewish hatred is now spreading with just a click of the button on a phone, with heinous caricatures now regularly portrayed on social media. Even more, these sentiments can now even be described as normal. God did amazing things for the Israelites as well, and did not deserve the Israelites' constant disrespect and bickering, just as the Jews have done remarkable things for the world and have not deserved the almost constant onslaught of Jewish hatred that is propagated throughout time. I also noticed that both God and the Jews kept themselves distant from others. Leading up to our Parsha, God traveled with Bnei Israel as a distant cloud and spoke to the Israelites only through Moshe. The Israelites were understandably hesitant to rely on God because they had not formed a strong connection with him. God's separation from Bnei Israel led to the Israelites' skepticism. Similarly, the Jews have also had a history of separatism, whether it's been forced upon us or out of our own volition. From the shtetls in the Pale of Settlement to the tight-knit communities of Jewish immigrants on the Lower East Side or Brooklyn in the late 1800s or the early 1900s. Jews have survived and preserved their culture because we are so determined to stay together and support our inner communities. This communal affinity and determination has not been lost, and the immediate reaction and support in the aftermath of October 7th is living proof. And it could be said that this separatism has been both to our advantage and to our detriment. Perhaps, like God, the Jews' separation from other peoples of the world has led to some distrust of the Jewish people. To solve the people of Israel's distrust, God tried to form a more personal and tangible connection with them. So too must the Jewish people look outward and try to form bonds with other groups. Supporting the Jewish people internally is a vitally important endeavor, especially at this time. And at the same time, we must also be cognizant that our public image is of utmost importance, and we cannot completely withdraw into our cocoon. Judaism and Zionism have, for better or worse, become international topics of discussion. And therefore, we must advocate for ourselves on the world stage. If we don't, anti-Jewish sentiments will continue to gain traction, and the repercussions will be catastrophic. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, of blessed memory, writes on this subject, exclaiming, "As Jews, we must understand that we cannot fight anti-Semitism alone. The victim cannot cure the crime. The hated cannot cure the hate. Jews cannot defeat anti-Semitism. Only the cultures that give rise to it can do so. We must continue to be attentive and active in world affairs because, like it or not, we need support from others. Right now is a time when many groups are in dire need of our help, just as we are in dire need of theirs. JFK once said that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one are threatened. If we want to protect the rights of Jews, we must fight for everyone's rights. Let us reach out and extend our hand of generosity, and I am sure our generosity, will pay dividends. We must create our own tabernacle of unity and truth, where all who are ready to support these ideals can contribute and reap its rewards. Thank you.
Page 231. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת חוזו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו, ושמו, ושמו
At this time of tender memory, we call to our hearts cherished members of our congregation who died during this past week or at this time in seasons past, and we lovingly mention them by name. Anna Adelstein, Myrna Algus, Sylvia Berger, Alan D. Blesnak, George Boret, Ralph Borad, Philip Seth Cantor, James Curtin, Ali W. DeGrazia, Freda Dumas, Sally Greenwald Elliott, Harry Esses, Sheila Essie, Richard M. Estes, Xenia Fain, Yifu Fang, Sally Farber, Bernice Frankel, Sheila Muller-Freiberg, Sylvia Goldberg-Freund, Eleanor Garachow, Susan Kranich Granoff, Hyman Greenberg, Jerome F. Gropper, Constant Hoffert, Meital Katav, Lily Kermanshashi, Florence Klein, Doris Krasnow, Marlene Newman-Levins, Felix Lilienthal Jr., Barbara K. Lipman, Gerda Lobenberg, Leonard Lauren, Robert Keith Marshall, Wynne Newhouse, Kevin Quinn, Peter Rossow, Benno A. Rothenberg, Howard Schwartzberg, Adela Fruling-Shafir, Sidney Shainwald, John Lawrence Chevelle, Sandra K. Silver, Reverend Paul David Steinke, Peter Strauss, Colleen Telford, Sarah Wexler, Sarah Welsher, Mildred Wiesel, Lionel Zuckerbraun. We also mention and take into our hearts Shlomo Mansur, Itzik Elgarat, Ohad Yahalomi. And we are also mindful of the many losses of innocent lives in the war with Hamas, Israeli and Palestinians alike. We invite those who are in recent mourning, please to rise now. And those who are marking a yahrzeit, we would ask that you rise as well. And now we stand together as one congregational family to hallow and sanctify God's name with the words of the Kaddish on page 245. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'yomad yivrach yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayichon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mivorach leolam la'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yatadar, v'yatalev, v'yatalal, shemei dekudesha, b'rechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram bi'oma v'imbru amen. Yehesh lamara ba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imbru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort all those who are bereaved among us. And let us say together, Amen. Please be seated.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome once again. I have just a few words about the week ahead. Our young families celebrate Purim this Sunday. 10 a.m. is our nursery and religious school family Purim carnival. Sunday at 3 p.m., Big Top Purim returns to our downtown campus. Monday at 11 a.m., Women of Emanu-El private Hamantaschen making class at New York Cake Academy. Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. is our Young Member Circle Purim party at Jake's Dilemma. Purim begins Thursday evening. We have our adult community Purim extravaganza at 6 featuring live circus performances. And then our Hub Purim party for people ages 21 through 39 will follow at 7:30 with comedian Modi. Next Friday is our annual Interfaith Iftar dinner. Please join us for Shabbat evening services and then share a dinner of traditional Turkish food. The banquet is free to attend, but space is limited, so please reserve your tickets. To register for any of these events or to see our full calendar, please visit our website, emmanuelnyc.org. For those who are registered for the Teen and Family Shabbat dinner following the service, that will be downstairs in Wise Hall. And for those not headed to that dinner, please join us for an oneg in the lobby right behind you. And it is now my joy to invite up my colleague, Em Bestoff, Assistant Director of Lifelong Learning. Em oversees our middle and high school programming and is the person who put together tonight's really beautiful service. Em has a master's in Jewish education from HUC-JIR and recently completed the prestigious M² Senior Educator Fellowship. Em is an innovative and loving educator whom our teens are so lucky to have as a mentor.
So many thank yous. Thank you to our clergy and our teens for creating such memorable experience tonight while we honor Mark and Diane, who I have the pleasure of being with on Sundays and Mondays. As of this moment, our new Mark Wilner and Diane Bialik Scholarship Fund raised over $6,000. It's not too late to donate to help create many more meaningful experiences to empower our students and our teens to continue on their Jewish journeys. If you are staying for that family Shabbat dinner that Emma just spoke about, you're going to take the elevator down to Wise, grab a name tag, wish our honorees some well wishes, and have a lovely dinner. For our teens immediately following, we're going to head up to our teen lounge in 429 and do a small toast as a token of your beautiful empowerment that you're sharing with our teens tonight. Thank you to everybody who made this possible. Mike Whitman, our Director of Lifelong Learning, Rabbi Reinez, Tema Cohen, Caroline Bleckmar, our President, our fantastic Department of Lifelong Learning team, say that 10 times fast, our Parent Teen Task Force, and of course, our religious school and teen families. We are so blessed to have you here in our presence, and we continuously thank you for everything. Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafed. Let us praise the eternal God, creator of the universe, who hallows our lives through the commandments. In love and favor, God has made Shabbat our heritage as a reminder of the work of creation. It is first among our sacred days, a remembrance of the exodus from Egypt. O God, you have called upon us and have given us the day of Shabbat as a sacred inheritance. We thank you, O God, for Shabbat and its holiness. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Let us praise the eternal God, creator of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth.
We want to invite all of our teens up to the bima for a very special blessing. We are gifts and we are blessing. We are history and song. They are hope and they are healing. We are learning to be strong. L'dor vador nagid kolecha. L'dor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation. L'dor vador these lips will praise your name.
Would you all please rise? It may have been of this night that the prophet Joel spoke. The old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of generations past and generations yet to be. We thank you for this night, which has inspired our congregation as few nights can. We celebrate our youth who have spoken and sung their visions, an affirmation of the dreams of those who came before them. We celebrate our mentors, the members of our congregation who have imparted to them the wisdom gleaned of their own lives' experience. And we celebrate our teachers, those who have imbued in them the Torah of their own lives. Tonight especially, we celebrate you, Mark and Diane, who for generations have taught the students of this congregation. May you do so for 60 years more, at least. May God bless you. May God bless you all with life and with health and with joy. And may God bless all of us with peace.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless us and keep us.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May the light of God's face shine upon us, and may God be gracious to us.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום, שלום.
May God's presence be near to us, filling us that we might fill our world with peace. Amen. Shabbat shalom.